Bless. What's up, y'all? How's it going? Back again on another sit-down video. Kiah, tell them what's up.
We're going to be talking about, as you could tell in the title of this video, we got married in 5 months, and we want to explain, and we want to help you. It was 5 months, right? It was almost 6 months. Well, almost, yeah. But not quite. So we'll say 5 months. Just to make it sound even more juicier. Juicier. First of all, I want to say I would not recommend it. I would not suggest anybody to, date for 5 months and then get engaged. Yeah. Unless you know, without a shadow of a doubt, that Jesus said, this is good. It's go time. Go.
I wouldn't recommend it also. Don't be like, oh, just, Mikee and Kiah got married in 5 months, or so-and-so got married in like 3 months. Who cares? We should just do it. Nah. You should always wait upon the Lord, I feel. But we'll explain. We'll explain. But get a confirmation and just don't go with your emotions.
It's like if my friends were to do that, or like my children, or like somebody I cared about very well, I'll be like, "Are you sure? Like, are you sure?" And like our loved ones were like that, so it was a difficult time for us. But like we knew. Yeah. We knew to the point where, like, we had kept saying, God, give us another confirmation. Give us another confirmation. Give us another confirmation. To the point where I was like, okay, how many confirmations do we need? Mm-hmm. Yep. And as long as your girlfriend, your partner, your God is okay with it, go time. Yeah. But anyways. How did you know you were supposed to marry me?
Lots and lots of prayer. Lots. Like, nonstop. Every time I hang out with her, I'd be like, Lord, is she the one? I'm not gonna lie.
Was that from the moment we started dating, though?
Yeah. The moment I saw you, I was like, oh my goodness. She is a God-fearing woman. She's beautiful. And as the time went by, there was something about you that just made me realize that you're the one. But I wasn't sure, and I don't want to rely on my own emotions. And so then I just kept on praying and praying. I realized that God was using Kiah to better myself. I was realizing the things that I was lacking on. And I was like, whoa, like, I need to work on this. It was different. Like, in my past relationships, I was like, oh, yeah, I'm cool. Like, there's nothing wrong with me. There's nothing wrong with her, blah, blah, blah. But when I met Kiah, I was like, oh, my goodness. Like, I had this issue and this problem and this. And it inspired me to work on it and better myself. And so that was different. And I was like, God would speak through us, through scriptures. Whenever we go through certain things, like God would speak to us to help us and to edify us, and it was like, what? You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just speaking to God. Wasn't just speaking to me. He was speaking to us, and it was like, whoa, you got that too.
Like use one another. Like He would speak through you to me, or He would speak through me to him. Yeah. Did you know you were gonna get married? Like, was it your intention to get married when you were dating me, or when you wanted to pursue me? Like, was that your intention to get married at this age or so soon? No. Or did you want to date me for a few years and then get married?
See, the old Mikee would have been like, okay, I'm going to date her for like 2 years, get a house after 1 year, live together, see how everything is going, if she's the one, we'll live together in the same place and do all kinds of stuff. And if she's the one, she's the one. That's what I would have done back then. But it was different this time. Like, I did a lot of prayer, like I said. I was a new believer as well. The more I fell in love with God, the more I fell in love with Kiah. And I remember I would tell her that too. And she'd get a little plushy in there. And
blush.
Right. Oh, and I spoke with Kiah's dad at the time. It was so awkward, guys. I was like, hey, Glenn, I want to marry your daughter. I've never done that before. And he was like, you want to marry my daughter? Fine, go ahead. You can marry her.
My dad's Australian.
Yeah, my father-in-law is Australian. And he's like, yeah, go ahead, go marry her. Go. And I was like, what? That's it? Like, no pep talk, no nothing? Yeah.
My father is so old school. Like, he does not believe in dating and all that stuff. Like, if you're with somebody, you marry that person, you live happily ever after, no divorce, no blah, blah. No divorce. We don't agree with divorce either. But my father's like, you know, super old school. Like, if you want to get married, get married. If you're 13 and you're whatever, just get married. Like,
yeah. Which I don't recommend. Like I said, like I would wait upon the Lord. Kia's dad gave me the confirmation that I can marry her daughter, and I was like, all right, cool, good. God gave me so many signs, like through people, through revelations, through the Bible, and he was like, you know what, Mikey, just do it. What are you waiting for? And so I bought a ring, and then I did it. I remember reading Matthew chapter 19, verse 4 to 6. After I had read this, I had read the scripture. I had a dream that night. It was me proposing to Kiah at the beach while the sun was going down. Like, it was such a beautiful dream. Like, I remember just like a silhouette of me proposing to Kiah, one knee down, and like the sun. I
think we have a video because you literally made that a reality. I'm gonna see if I can find the video and like plug it in somewhere.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
Or whatever.
Like, but anyways, what you've seen in the video, that's the exact dream that God has put in my head, and it was just so beautiful. It was like, man, God, that's the God we serve, man. Like,
but it wasn't easy to make it actually happen.
What do you mean?
Keep in mind, he had this dream, right? He had this dream, and he wanted to make that come to reality, which he eventually did make it come to reality. But I was not easy, because he wants to go to this beach, and in Vancouver, in Canada, we don't have white sand, nice pretty beaches over here. Like, we have, like, rocky beaches with, like, we don't have sand, we have rocks, okay?
Some
and
areas,
some little areas do, but it's, like, black, and it has like seaweed all up in it, and it's not cute, it's not pretty, it's not like what you see in the movies. So I was like, how about we just go to like the nice grass area over there and have our picnic, because we've been trying to plan and have this picnic for so long. I'm like, let's just, why be near the water when we can go to the grass area over there and we can still see the water? But in his mind, he's trying to propose, and he has this whole vision.
Yeah,
and I'm here ruining
it. This is what God said, so I'm gonna do it.
And I'm here ruining it by saying like, let's go sit over there by the grass, blah blah blah. So he's like getting upset. He's like, okay, fine, whatever. We'll just sit by the grassy area. And I loved it. It was nice. And then eventually he's like, can we at least just go stand over there after our picnic? And I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. Let's go have our Bible. He wants to have our Bible study by the water. I'm like, okay, fine, whatever. The rocks. I'm like, can we at least sit on this ugly log then? Because I don't want to sit on the rocks. It's gonna hurt me. It's all hard and whatever.
Yeah, and I was like, no, we're going to do something different today. We're going to do a Bible study standing up.
At this point, I'm like, oh my gosh, like, what the heck? Like, what is wrong with you, Mikey? First you want me to sit on these ugly rocks with the seaweed. Now you want to have a Bible study standing up when there's a nice log I can sit down on right here?
Yes. So what had happened was, I made her read Matthew 19, verse 4 to 6.
It was the weirdest day ever.
It was
made me
just
stand
so
up
dope.
by a log on the beach and say, read this.
Yeah, read this. And then as soon as she said, therefore what God has joined together, let no man separate, and I was like, stop. And then I was like, Kiah, you're the best thing that's ever happened to me. And I would want to spend the rest of my life with you. So, Kiah, you should down, man. Will you marry me? Went down on one knee. Will you marry me?
Ow,
Sorry, buddy, you okay? Sorry. Yo, it was so good. It was so dope. Like, I pulled it off. And she started beating me up with the Bible, y'all. Like, it was crazy. I got beat by a Bible. Because I caught her by surprise. And she said, of course. By the way, so.
But yeah, so he pretty much knew over a series of events, confirmations, and through prayer, God revealing it to him. For me, I always wanted to get married at a young age. Like, that was always a dream of mine. I talk about it a little bit more on my personal channel. But I have a video there talking about how I found my husband. But I've always wanted to get married young. All my friends knew that. It's something I always talked about. But it never seemed realistic to me because I was around 20 years old and I was single. And if I wanted to get married young, I was expecting to get married around 21 or so, and I had no dating life, so it was not a reality.
Until I came in the picture. Oh. Sorry.
Anyways, not quite, because when he came into the picture, I prayed him away. So anyways, I was trying to get rid of him because at that point, because I had zero dating life, I had nobody but Jesus, and me and Jesus became like...
What is this?
So like when he wanted to try and slide in, he actually slid in on my Facebook Messenger, not my DMs. But when he tried to slide in, I began to pray him away. And God eventually, over time, because he was not going away, God was like, no, this is your man, this is your husband. And so I knew from the get-go that this was my husband. And what made it even more clear to me is because he was everything I didn't know I wanted, but I needed. Like, he didn't suit my personal criteria of my husband, but as I got to know him, he was like what I needed in a man and what I needed in a husband. And he was like the only person that could handle me. But go watch my video on how I found my husband on my personal channel. So that aside, the thing that was most mind-boggling, and I think not only to me but to us, was that we were two completely different faiths. When he was sharing his perspective, he was saying, you know, how he would have wanted his wife to appear and yada, yada, yada. And that's because at the time he was Catholic and at the time I was Christian. And I was not going to marry no non-Christian man. So I was like, God, what is happening? And there was a point where he had even, you know, questioned, like, how are we supposed to get married and raise our children if I'm Catholic and you're Christian? And literally in that moment, I'm like, let's just not worry about it, because I knew that God was not going to make me marry some non-Christian man, and I just knew that I had to trust God to take care of it. And so I was like, you know what, let's just not worry about that. Like, let's just see what happens. Who knows what can happen tomorrow or next week or next year. So I kind of just went with the flow, and on his own, he began coming to my church. He willingly wanted to come week after week. Maybe he just wanted to see me.
Oh,
but
no.
He began to build his own relationship with the Lord in a way that he never knew he could, in a way that he never had before. Mm-hmm. And so slowly things were molding and coming together. And then we began to have the discussion of marriage. Who brought that up first?
We just kept on talking about it. I don't know. We both did. I don't know.
I can't remember.
But we talked about marriage. We talked about marriage a lot.
Yeah, we talked about marriage.
A lot.
And early on, obviously, because we were 5 months when we got engaged.
I think it was like a month after. Like,
yeah.
I think we were getting married.
But like the thing with Mikey and I, if you know us, like anybody who knows us like personally, you know that we're perfect for each other. And like that's what we felt. Like we knew that we were perfect for each other. Because like I'm the only one who could be like, man, chill, and it's fine. And like same thing, like he can like put me in my place.
You know what I'm saying?
Like we can handle each other. We're a lot to handle as individuals. Like
I'm a lot to handle, y'all. You're a lot to handle.
No, you're next level. No. Vivi, look at me. You know you're next
Oh my gosh,
level.
a lot to handle.
Like he constantly says like, and like I know I myself, I am a lot to handle as well. But God gives you what you can handle. Mm-hmm. So we can handle each other. And so like we knew that we were for each other. We didn't see the point in wasting time. Why carry on dating for what? To build up temptation and then fall into the traps of the enemy?
Oh yeah, y'all.
No.
Uh-huh.
So we got engaged at 5 months. And then yes, we did not get married at 5 months. We got engaged at 5 months. So we stayed engaged for like just over a year, 13 months. Yeah. Because we got engaged June 7th, 2015. 2015.
Yeah.
And we got married July 2016.
Yeah, July 10th, 2016. Uh-huh.
So we were engaged for 13 months. And, but yeah, like we knew. God constantly was speaking to us. We were praying on our own. We were fasting on our own. You know, God would send people our way to speak through them and to speak to us and confirm. So it wasn't like, oh, you know, it wasn't like it was puppy love and it was like, oh, I love you so much. Oh, I love you too. Let's get married and live happily ever after. It wasn't like that at all. Like it wasn't at all. But we had that peace from the Lord. And yeah. So we did it. We don't recommend it, but we did it. And if God's speaking to you to do it, then go for it. But make sure you have that confirmation, because once you say your I do's, whether it was a confirmation, whether it's from the Lord or not. Ups our memory card just got full. I had just recorded a video from my channel on the same memory card and we exceeded the limit. But yeah, I think we were pretty much done.
Yeah, we're pretty much done. So,
wait on the Lord. Let the Lord speak to you. Don't do anything unless the Lord tells you to do it. Because if you step out of alignment and do something because you feel like doing it and you end up marrying a person that God said not to marry, too bad you married them. You're stuck with them forever. Work it out. And you don't want to end up in that position. You don't want to be in a marriage where you just did something out of your own fleshly desire.
Yeah, when you're unsure, like, you know what I'm saying? If you're unsure, kind of think about it first.
Yeah, don't marry somebody you're unsure about.
Yeah, big time.
Because when you marry the person God gives you, it's the best. The best. But yeah. Anyways, that's it. That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
We love you guys.
Love you guys.
Wait. We want to apologize. We have not vlogged at all for who knows how long. I don't even know how long. It's been way too long. That's how long it's been. And that's because our vlogging camera is still getting repaired because I broke it and it's still getting fixed and
I broke it in my nose.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. But anyways, yo, write down on the comments below if you guys have any questions. Okay, if you guys want us to do a challenge, if you guys want us to
reply.
Yeah, and Kiah replies, and I reply sometimes, but it's mainly her. But you guys, please write down on the comments below what you think about the video.
Yeah.
If you guys have any questions, send us a message privately, and yeah.
Or in the comments below.
Yeah.
But yeah, Instagram us. You can slide in our DMs with some good Christian questions.
Yes. But yeah, we'll see you guys when we see you
later.
Okay.
Bye.
Don't forget to like, comment,
and
subscribe, and share.
Share.
Peace.